Let's go to Davante Adams. Aaron Rodgers staying in Green Bay. And we knew if that was going to happen, then Davante Adams, Brady, not surprised, gets tagged.
No, not surprised at all, because they want to work out a long-term deal. And I think it's interesting that Aaron's come out publicly and said, hey, the reports of what my contract are is inaccurate. And this might be a situation where it ebbs and flows and that his contract gets finalized around the same time. Maybe an extension gets finalized for Davante Adams so they can ensure they work out the numbers. Before we were coming into this offseason, when Aaron Rodgers was talking to the Packers about what he wanted, it was essentially three things. One of them is he wanted Tom Clements, his old quarterback coach, back. Check. He's now back with the Green Bay Packers. Davante Adams, he wanted him to be a part of this franchise. At a minimum, he'll be franchise tagged. I think they'll work out the long-term deal that'll probably mimic whatever the deal looks like for Aaron Rodgers. So let's go ahead and check off that. The next thing was Randall Cobb. He wanted him last year. They brought him back to the team. I don't know what that cap number is going to look like because obviously the cap situation the Packers are in, but I would not be shocked if they didn't find a way of keeping Randall Cobb on a more economical deal for the Green Bay Packers as well to really be the trifecta for what Aaron Rodgers was looking for.
Yeah, and I agree with that in terms of the length. Yeah, the Aaron Rodgers contract numbers still not in. Deal is not signed. It very likely is going to average $50 million in new money. We're going to have to see what it ultimately is. As we know, so many of those contracts come in and then you actually figure out what the contract actually states. But Davante Adams, what has really thrown off Brady this wide receiver market was the Deandre Hopkins deal. It was that 2-year, $54 million extension from a couple of years ago that averages out to $27.5 million. And so that has thrown off the top of the wide receiver market because everyone wants that number in terms of average annual value, but it's a really funky kind of deal. And so, Davante Adams and his representation certainly have been in touch with the Green Bay Packers over the past several months, and he wants to get the top deal in the NFL. It would mean being paid more than $27 million per year. The Packers, and they've said this publicly, they might view being the highest paid wide receiver in a different way. And so it's hard to state exactly when that long-term deal is going to get done for Davante Adams, but no question about it, Aaron Rodgers coming back, he'll have the lower cap number that will allow them to have a little bit more flexibility in free agency. And whether or not they can also ink Davante Adams to the deal is all about what Davante Adams wants out of his contract. What is the win that he and his representation can sort of put out there, pin on the refrigerator, put on the mantle and say, all right, we're the highest paid group, we're the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL because of this.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.